See, working of generator, I will explain it to you on Saturday when we'll be having a live class. Okay. Now this is a recorded class, pre-recorded class. So now I will be starting with the third lesson of physics, and the third lesson is light, reflection and refraction. Okay. So we will be starting with the third lesson, that is light, reflection and refraction. First we will do light reflection, and in this light reflection, the plane mirror reflection you all have seen in the 7th and 8th standards. But before that we will just revise the laws of reflection. The laws of reflection are here stated, means written on the board. The first law of reflection is the incident ray, the reflected ray and the normal drawn at the point of incidence are in the same plane or lie in the same plane. This is the second law. First law is the angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. So the first law is the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. This is the first law. And the second law is the incident ray, the reflected ray and the normal drawn at the point of incidence are in the same plane or all lie in the same plane. These are the laws of reflection. Okay. So these are the laws of reflection. Write down these laws of reflection. See, now we have seen the laws of reflection. Now we will proceed further from the plane mirrors. You have seen the plane mirrors and what you can say, the image formed in the plane mirror is erect but laterally inverted. Laterally inverted means the left side appears as right and the right side appears as left. Whereas the and the second one is the image appears as much behind the mirror as you are in front of the mirror. That is, if you are 3 feet in front of the mirror, the image will be formed 3 feet behind the mirror. This is about the plane mirrors. Now we will see about the spherical mirrors. Now spherical mirrors are those mirrors whose reflecting surface forms a part of the sphere. Okay, so what are spherical mirrors? Spherical mirrors are those mirrors whose reflecting surface forms a part of the sphere. Okay, so spherical mirrors are those mirrors whose reflecting surface forms a part of the sphere. Now we will see how many types of spherical mirrors are there. Spherical mirrors are of two types. They are concave mirror and convex mirror. So how many types of spherical mirrors are there? Two types. Which are they? Concave mirrors and convex mirrors. Now concave mirrors are those spherical mirrors which are bent inwards, and convex mirrors are those mirrors which are bulged outwards. Okay, so this is about the spherical mirrors. Spherical mirrors are those mirrors whose reflecting surface forms a part of the sphere. And there are two types of spherical mirrors. They are concave mirror and convex mirror. And concave mirrors are those spherical mirrors which are bent inwards or whose reflecting surface is bent inwards. And convex mirrors are those mirrors which are bulged outwards. Now see, example for concave mirror, you can see this spoon. Now this part which is bent inwards, this forms a concave mirror. The mirror, this one which is bent inwards, forms a concave mirror. And this one, the opposite part of that, you can see it is bulged outwards. This forms a convex mirror. Okay. Now this one forms a concave mirror, whereas this one forms a convex mirror. Okay. So this is about concave and convex mirrors. Now write down all these notes. Okay, write down all these notes. Okay, we'll continue further. So, I have drawn the diagrams of concave mirror and convex mirror. Say in the concave mirror, this side, back side of the mirror is silvered. Back side of the mirror is silvered. So, reflection takes place from this side. Okay, this is a concave mirror and this is a convex mirror. Now, this side is what you can say silvered. So, reflection takes place from this side. Okay, so this is a concave mirror and this is a convex mirror. Now we shall see some definitions related to concave and as well as convex mirrors. Okay. So we saw what are concave and convex mirrors. In that first we will see the center of curvature, which is denoted by C. Now center of curvature, it is the center of the sphere of which mirrors forms a part. Okay, center of curvature is the center of the sphere of which mirror forms a part. Now we will see what it actually means. Now see, this mirror forms a part of this imaginary sphere, isn't it? So the center of this imaginary sphere will be here somewhere. So this will be the center of curvature for a concave mirror. And now we will see for convex mirror. Now this forms a part of this sphere. So its center of curvature will be here, C. Okay. So the center of curvature of the mirror is the center of the sphere of which mirror forms a part. Now this mirror forms a part of this sphere and the center of this sphere is somewhere here. This is the center of curvature. And the sphere of which this mirror forms a part is here. So the center of this sphere is here. So center of curvature for convex mirror is here. And for concave mirror it is here. Okay. So you can see the center of curvature for a concave mirror is in front of the mirror, whereas the center of curvature for a convex mirror is behind the mirror. Okay, so the center of curvature for a concave mirror is in front of the mirror, whereas the center of curvature for the convex mirror is behind the mirror. So this is the first definition. And the second we will see what is the meaning of pole. Pole is denoted by the letter P. Now pole is the center of the reflecting surface of the mirror. What is pole? Pole is the center of the reflecting surface of the mirror. Pole is denoted by the letter P. Okay, so P is here. Okay, center of the sphere. Center of the sphere is somewhere here. So pole is here for concave mirror, and for convex mirror also its center lies here. Okay, and pole, it lies on the mirror. Okay, you can see center of curvature lies outside the mirror, whereas pole lies on the mirror. So that I will write, pole lies on the mirror. Okay, so pole lies on the mirror. So this is about the center of curvature and the pole of the mirror. Now we shall see few more definitions. Now let us see few more definitions. The next definition is principal axis. The principal axis is, it is the imaginary line passing through the center of curvature and the pole. That is called the principal axis. So principal axis is the imaginary line which passes through the center of curvature and the pole of the mirror. That line is called principal axis. Here the principal axis will be the line which is passing through the center of curvature and the pole of the mirror. And this imaginary line we call it as the principal axis. Now this is for a concave mirror, and this one, now this line, okay, this imaginary line, this line passing through the pole and the center of curvature, this forms the principal axis for convex mirror, this forms the principal axis for concave mirror. Now let us see what is meant by focus or principal focus. Now focus is denoted by the letter capital F. We call it simply focus or even principal focus. Now what is principal focus? The rays of light parallel to principal axis after reflection pass through a point on the principal axis, and this point is called the focus. Okay, the point through which all these reflected rays pass through is called the principal focus. So what is principal focus? Principal focus is a point on the principal axis where the rays parallel to principal axis, after reflection they will pass through a point on the principal axis. This point is called the principal focus. Now I will let you know what it actually means. Okay. Now let us see what is the meaning of this principal focus. Let us consider 4 rays of light which are parallel to principal axis. Now these 4 rays of light parallel to principal axis are striking the mirror. After striking the mirror, they will get reflected. This one gets reflected like this. Okay. Now this one gets reflected like this. This one gets reflected like this. And this one gets reflected like this. So you can see all these reflected rays, they pass through a point on the principal axis, and this point is called the principal focus. You can see the focus does not lie on the mirror. Focus is outside the mirror. So where does the focus lie? Outside the mirror. And for a concave mirror, the focus lies in front of the mirror. And whereas for a convex mirror, focus lies behind the mirror. That we'll see just now. Okay, here also let us consider 4 rays of light which are parallel to principal axis. So these are the 4 rays of light parallel to this principal axis. And what is principal axis? Principal axis is the imaginary line that will pass through the pole and the center of curvature of the mirror. Okay, so we have considered 4 rays of light which are incident on this convex mirror. Now this will get reflected like this away. Okay. If you produce it back, it comes here. This will get reflected like this. If you produce it back, it comes like this here. And this will get reflected like this. And this will get reflected like this. Okay, so all these rays which get reflected, if they are produced for backward, they meet at a point on the principal axis, and this point is called the principal focus. So for a convex mirror, the principal focus or focus lies behind the mirror, and for a concave mirror, the focus lies in front of the mirror. So all of you please take down these notes. Okay, next we shall see what is the meaning of aperture of the mirror also, or I will finish up the definitions right now. Okay, so we will see the aperture. Definition of aperture: the diameter of the spherical mirror is called the aperture. So this is one definition. or you can even say the reflecting surface of the spherical mirror, that is also called the aperture. Okay, remaining things we shall see in the next class. Bye till then. Take down all these notes in your file. Okay.